Hi, my name is Christina with Zone Physical Therapy, and today I wanted to talk about cadence. So for those who don't know, cadence is the amount of steps per minute that you're taking. This might be something that I play around with my runners with. There's no perfect number that you have to be at, but we do have some high ends and low ends that we want to kind of stay in this range. When we get out of them is when we typically don't feel so good. But even within this range, sometimes we'll play around with it depending on our goals and what we're dealing with. And it can provide a lot of relief or make you feel a little bit more efficient. There's a variety of factors, but I wanted to address today 3 of the questions that I get most often when I'm talking with my clients about their cadence. And so the first one I wanted to talk about is, does increasing my cadence mean I have to go faster? Not necessarily. So actually, generally speaking, your cadence should be relatively the same, whatever pace you're at. Now, if you're at your very, very slow pace or your very, very high end pace, we might see some differences, but in the majority of your paces, we should be seeing about the same cadence, pretty close. So, does cadence make you go faster? We're going to use our running man here as an example. And so I'm going to trace out your foot path as you're going through. So if this is the path that your foot is taking and we're hitting the ground here, this is going through cadence faster just means that you're gonna go through this path faster, but that doesn't mean it's gonna push you off forward faster. So I could sit here and I can kind of jog in place, right? And then I can say, well, I wanna increase my cadence here and I'm gonna move up and down. So I'm going through the same path, just a little bit faster. I'm not going anywhere, so I'm not actually going faster. So your legs are going through the path faster, but it doesn't mean that you're going faster. The second question that I get most often is, does increasing my cadence mean I need to shorten my step length? Not usually. Sometimes when we increase cadence, we might see your body trying to compensate, and maybe it puts your foot more underneath your body. So maybe your stride is shortening here to come more underneath you, which is probably a good thing in most cases, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. It just means, again, that we're just going to go through this path faster. We're going to, most of the time, keep the same path. If we start shortening our path, that's probably because we were overstriding. Now, the third question that I get pretty often is, does increasing my cadence change my ground contact time? So one of the reasons that we change cadence sometimes is to decrease the amount of time that you have on the ground. The goal being that we decrease the amount of time that your foot is in contact with the ground. We're decreasing the force that's going up through your body. And so we're decreasing on some of the stress, some of it, that's going up through your leg and up through your body. There's some nuances to that, but generally speaking, that's one of the reasons we're looking at it. And so we are not, it's not a guarantee that that's going to happen. So this is where you are in contact with the ground, and we're trying to go through this footpath faster. It's possible that we spend the same amount of time down here on the ground, we just go through this swing phase faster. Same amount of time, swing phase, same amount of time, swing phase, right? And so, yes, that's our goal often when we increase our cadence, but it doesn't always happen. And so this is why I encourage my runners to have some sort of plyometric work in their general routine a couple times a week. Because what's really going to help us get off the ground quicker here, if our cadence isn't doing it, is being a little bit more explosive and springy in our steps. So if we're not springy in our step, we can change the swing phase. We can make that swing phase as fast as we want, but we're not getting off the ground any quicker. So we're still spending a lot of time on the ground. So I just wanted to cover those questions because I get them fairly often, and hope that cleared some things up. If not, give me a call, reach out, send us an email, and we'll be happy to chat.